Alright, so I'm a little late to this, but I watched a video from, was it Midwinter Minis? And the problem with historical wargaming. And it's it's very, the video come, I watched the video a few times. I like slept on it and thought about it. And it's very virtual signaling and lack of irony that you have a World of Battleships ad in the middle of it. So it's like, I guess they're new to bolt action, and bolt action is like a World War II historical game. And they make a comment. Well, the guy does. The girl just talks about painting, but the guy is constantly talking about something completely irrelevant. I don't even. Maybe they didn't have anything else to talk about, but apparently, if you play a historical game and you play as the Germans, you're some kind of Nazi sympathizer, and it comes off really like arrogant and stupid. And it's like, why would you ever want to play as the Germans? And the girl's like, please don't let me paint the Nazis. And it's like, first of all, get the fuck over yourself. Two, if you're playing the Russians, you're just as bad. It's like, it's just so retarded. Stalin killed more people than Hitler did, and that's historical fact. And he was on the Ally side, so I guess it's okay to play as him. I don't know if playing as a Russian era dictator, is that does those crimes transfer into modern times? It's kind of weird. Like, are you now promoting Putin if you play as the Russians? It's very weird. You might as well just draw all those conclusions, because you simply drew conclusions that if you play as the Axis, you're a supporter or a sympathizer. So it comes off really fucking bad, and I don't even know why you would even like put that out there. And maybe it's to make yourself feel better. You wanted to let people know that you're very anti-Nazi, which is like saying the bare minimum these days, when everyone who's probably on your opposite side of a political faction is considered a Nazi, because that's the kind of like a stupid world we live in. And it's like they go on, I guess, in another video to talk about how they're getting into bolt action. So they were new to the game, right? So you're new to a game. You're a pretty decent sized YouTube channel, and you're promoting a new game. I'm gonna promote bolt action, but I'm immediately gonna cast this shit net over people who play the Germans when it's a historical game of World War II. It would be like me saying, okay, I'm ready to start playing this new Civil War game, and lots of people are getting into it. But if you play as the South, you are pro-slavery, and you must want slaves. First of all, you just attacked half of the player base, because probably half of the people, or a good amount of the people, are going to play the South. So when you start going to your hobby stores and shit, and you wonder why people aren't playing Southerners, and it's like, oh, I'm just playing against other Northern players. It's like, the game's going to lose some of its fun. You don't go into a historical game to play, oh, we're just, Sherman versus Sherman, or Ally versus Ally. No one wants to fucking do that. And if you don't want to play as the Germans, and nobody else wants to play as the Germans, because you started this trend of calling everybody who plays the Germans a fucking Nazi, well, you've also probably destroyed the game because now half of their models aren't going to fucking sell. I mean, it's just really stupid the way you came off in this. I mean, did you not think about the company that you're promoting and you're trying to, you know, get in close with? You just pretty much like said, hey, you guys made a product and that product is for Nazi sympathizers. And they they really do pussyfoot around in the video. It's like, we're saying this, but we're asking a question. It's like, no, you're not. You made a statement. This is how you feel. You showed your hand. You're trying to, at the end of the video, saying, we just have a question. We just want to know why. No, bitch. You came out. You knew what you were doing. If this was a way to get people to talk about something and get a discussion going, you shot yourself in the foot. It comes off so fucking cringe. And even to like a cheap way to get like views and stuff, it's like these aren't the kind of views you want. I don't see anyone really talking favorably about this. And to say it's like, well, it's mostly about painting, no, because half of the video you're talking about something completely else. That's like looking at this video and saying this is a bolter review, and yet, you know, maybe I have a girl come on and talk about the game, but then every 10 seconds I'm talking about something else. It's like, no, that's not how it works. You pretty much, you casted a shit net again on people who just want to play a fucking game. And you say, well, you know, there's far right groups, and now, and maybe if you're playing this game, you're playing against a German player, and they're probably far right. This, to me, is like, this is a passive aggressive softball attempt to like put modern politics into shit, and then using the game as the excuse. And I think you did a great in service. You insulted for one thing, you're insulting like just normal players, people who want to play a fucking game, who are, you know, and don't use the excuse of, oh, there's soldiers and veterans still alive. There's very few veterans from World War II that are still alive, and you didn't ask them how they felt. You're trying to impose and use them as the stepping stool, which is, in my opinion, more disgusting than anything. I've played historical games with my father, and my father signed up for Vietnam at age 15. He lied about his age to go fucking join the military. He wasn't wasn't forced to join. He wanted to at like 15. That's fucking crazy to me. But we've played like games with PC games and stuff like that, and I think a long time ago, like some kind of like war board game. And, you know, he always wanted to play as the Marines because that's what he was, a real-life Marine. And even when we played, like, Space Hulk, he wouldn't play the Gene Stealers because he's like, I'm the Marine, I'm going to play the Marines. That's just how it was. It's not that he didn't, like, hate the other people or anything. It's just that's how he was. But he had no problem with me playing it. And because and just like every game, you need a good guy or a bad guy, you know. Or you're not playing any other fucking games. If you play Command and Conquer and you play NOD, you're playing a terrorist organization. Are you promoting terrorism? If you play the Southerners in the Civil War game, you're not promoting slavery. It's a fucking game. And to like dog whistle about that shit, it's just like, to me, poor taste. And it was a weak attempt to like push politics, and I think it was very telling of yourselves and what you believe. And I think you did a injustice to the player base, and a injustice to the game, because now you're pretty much trying to put something in people's heads where it's like, well, if you play bolt action and you play as the Germans, you're bad, and then you make a statement saying bolt action has every right to be as big as 40K. Not anymore. You just fucked it up for yourself. I mean, did you not think about that? That if you're going to say that people are playing a faction, they're evil because you're playing an evil faction, and it's like someone has to play that faction in order for that game to work. It's like, did you not think this through? And then you're complaining about, well, bolt action should be as big as 40K. Nah, you gave the reason, you made up a reason why it's not big enough, and you poisoned the well. People need to stop using the word Nazis to describe people who are on a different political ideology, whether it be right or left. Just stop it. It's silly. You've never seen a real Nazi. You'll never know the horrors of World War II and the shit that people really went through. And to claim that any of that stuff is, happening in your backyard, when it's happening in like places like Africa and stuff like that. But you're not there either. And you'll never fucking understand. And to say you do is just bullshit, unless you're a soldier fighting over there. That's pretty much all I got for this video, and that's my take on it. I think it was just stupid, and you just need to fucking grow up. All right, bye.